What's going on, guys? My name is Kevin Griffith and this is the Holler Barbecue. So today I'm doing take 2 on the Philly cheesesteak. Over the last year I've learned lots of tips and tricks, a lot from you guys, and I want to share that with you today. So sit right there and let's get to going. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So this is going to be take 2 on the Philly cheesesteak. I want to do it again because I've learned a lot over the last year or so, and I basically just want to show you how I'm doing these Philly cheesesteaks right now on the Blackstone. And it's actually one of my favorite things to cook on the Blackstone right now. But I just want to show you some of the tips and tricks that I've learned over the last year and how to make these things extremely well. First, let's set the ground rules. I am not claiming that this is, an authentic Philly cheesesteak from Philadelphia. This is simply my interpretation of how you can do it at home to make it really good. So first thing, I know I can't get the bread that you get in Philly, so that's what really truly makes it, not authentic, is because I can't get the same rolls that they get over there. And today I'm actually using tri-tip as opposed to ribeye. But all my research shows that not every Philly cheesesteak place in Philly does with ribeye. Some of them do it with sirloin, some do with ribeyes. I've seen some would do them just round steak, the shaved really thin. But today we're gonna do tri-tip. So the reason I like to do tri-tip is because it's already marbled pretty good, and it actually, because of its size, it's pretty easy to actually shave it pretty thin. Now what I have here is about a 2.5 pound tri-tip that I got from Costco. When you pick these up there, they come in 2 packs. They actually raised the price up a little bit. This actually was $6.99 a pound as opposed to usually it's around $5.99 a pound, but that's okay. It's still a pretty good deal for the type of meat you get here. This is choice graded. And what I did was put it in a bag and then pop it in the freezer just so we can make it a little bit better, easier to slice pretty thin. Now what I want to do is cut this across the grain. So you can see how the grains are running basically this way, and then as they get on the longer piece, they actually start going all the way down through here. So to make it a little bit easier to work with, I'm just going to go ahead and cut it in half. And then just coming through, trying to get it as thin as possible. That is the main trick, is to get it as thin as possible. So my last video, when I did this, what I tried to do was basically break it apart with the spatulas when I was out there. And it works, but it doesn't do the best job. Now I'm not using the whole tri-tip. I'm actually gonna leave this piece right here. I will probably use this as steaks later. I don't need that much shaved meat, but look, so this is why I like the tri-tip. You can see there's already, if I get you in good light, there's good marbling all the way through it. And then when you do it kind of thin, you can already kind of pull it apart. Now, if you want to use ribeye, go ahead, or whatever steak you want to use, but I'm using tri-tip for this one. Okay, so for my cheesesteaks, I like to keep it super simple. That way we don't have to worry about all kind of different things, and to me, it just comes out better. So all I really need is, a thinly sliced steak, some good quality provolone cheese. I don't like the whiz stuff, so I'm not going that route. And then some finely diced onions. I like them this way because they incorporate in the meat a little bit better to me. If you like strips, you do strips. And then whatever your favorite roll is. This is just a French roll that I need to get opened so that we can actually stuff this thing full of meat. And what I want to do is actually press on the bread a little bit just to open it up some. just to give us a little bit more room for some meat. And for seasoning, all we're going to use is just some, I like the pink Himalayan sea salt, or I use Jacobsen sea salt a lot. This is what we're going to use today. And I don't put this on there until it's about finished cooking. So one thing about a cheesesteak is you want it to be kind of juicy, so you don't want to put a whole bunch of salt on it before you cook it, and you know that can dry it out a little bit more. So we just put a little bit of salt on right at the end. All right, we got everything we need, so let's get outside and get to cooking. All right, so this cook will not actually take very long at all, so I'm gonna kind of go over it as I'm doing stuff. So the first thing I wanna do is get my onions down. And as far as temperature goes, I have all the burners on this thing all the way down, low as they'll go, because we don't really want to sear that steak today. We just want it to kind of cook a little bit slower so that we don't dry all our juices up. All right, next thing, let's just get our meat on. Now, I am cooking quite a bit of meat today. This isn't for just one fillet. I'll actually be having a fillet for lunch, and then the rest of the beef, after it's all chopped up and cooked, it'll actually be a stir fry tonight for dinner. Actually comes out really good that way. You need to get the meat kind of spread out. You can already see all the juices that it's losing right now. All right, once the meat just starts turning brown on the bottom, you want to come in here and basically flip it over. Because we're basically just cooking until this pink is gone. On my last video, this is where I messed up. I just tried to actually pull the meat apart with my spatula. But if you take your scraper that you clean your grill with, start making piles of the meat, and then just start basically chopping it up. And then once you think you got it chopped up enough, this meat's basically done. Now I'm actually turning these last two burners off now so that we don't, well, just so it starts cooling off a little bit. I'm actually gonna bring this pile of meat over to the side here. Now, believe it or not, chopping your meat like this makes a world of difference. So now I just want to get a good, generous portion to get our sandwich ready. I'm going to take a piece of provolone, put it across the top, and actually get a little bit more of the meat, put it on top. I like mine kind of cheesy. I'm not sure if we'll be able to get this all in the whole sandwich, but we'll do our best, huh? Then my other piece of provolone is actually going to go on top of that. Almost forgot to salt it. I usually do, but just want to put a little bit of salt, and I'm actually going to salt all my other ones up too. Drop some of my onions in. I would actually usually incorporate this straight into the meat, but I forgot. But that's okay, so I'll go in the same place. And then just lay our bun right on top. After just a couple of minutes, basically warming our bun up, helping that cheese melt, I'm just gonna go ahead and get it off. There we have it. It's It's completely stuffed. I wish I had, you know, bigger buns, bigger rolls. But hey, I got what I got, right? But look at it though. Looks pretty good though, huh? All right, guys, so here's our Philly cheesesteak. As you can see, it's super easy. It doesn't take much of this, but I tell you, chopping the meat up like that, having the onions and the cheese all together, makes a world of difference. So I told you this thing's actually pretty dang stuffed right now. Let's see if we can get one to get a bite here. This is where having a bigger roll will come in handy. All right, cheers, guys. So this is actually, it is my favorite sandwich to make on the Blackstone, no doubt about it. All right, guys, so that's it for our cheesesteak recipe. Hey, if you try it out, let me know below. Go ahead and put a comment. Thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing. And always, holler back.